Hi, everyone. I am sitting outside, and I'm on this side of my RV, and I was hoping that that would be good enough for to block the wind. And I look like this because we've been outside all afternoon, and I had to pull my hair up because it was just like blowing in the wind. Y'all know that song? Hey, Sarah and Tan from UK. Good to have you on this side of the pond with us for a while. And Fluffy PJ's on after getting home from work. I know you guys, y'all stay on here with us if you stay the whole time and they're able to till about like midnight. Thank you so much for that. And I used to have somebody that joined us all the time from Australia, and they were like 3, 4 in the morning or something like that. Kind of crazy. But yeah, your fluffy PJs do sound warm. So Suzanne is at AGM, and another friend of mine is at AGM. Suzanne, a longtime friend, Patty. She's who you were going to go try to see at Tyson Wells, but she had already closed up shop. So I'm wondering if you two might enjoy meeting each other and hanging out. But Shabby Chic Vintage Chicks is in the house. That's awesomeness. Cindy Lou. I'm looking at myself, you guys, and I feel like I look a little bit like Corella Deville, or I don't know, like I stuck my finger in a light socket, but this is what you get today. Richard Albert, I wanted to text you and see how you're doing. I hated being so close to Phoenix and not trying to maybe be able to work something out. You want to come up and say hi? But we just went in for the movie, and we'll talk about that a little bit today, and then came back. Well, you're the one that wanted up here. Now you don't. Uh, can y'all hear him? Yeah, you want to say hi? That's all you wanted. Okay. Can I put you down now? Okay. Say bye. Okay. Say bye. No, I'm gonna put you down. 1, 2, 3. I know that's not what you wanted. You're okay. He is so funny, I tell you. Um, anyway, oh, my cousins are on, Cindy and Mike in Lake Jackson, Texas. Lori C. Look at all you guys. This just makes me so happy. Ginger Snap, Judy and Sue Detmers in Utah. Desert Deb, good to see you. And Renee, I have I missed Cindy? I think I said hi to Cindy Lou. Megan, always here. I love you for that. Thank you so much. And I just want to give a special shout out to Pup Camper and Frugal. They're here every Friday night. I think Frugal has only missed one, and Pup Camper's only missed 1 or 2, and that was because of work. I just appreciate you two so much, and I just want to say that I love y'all for being here and always ready to help me out on Friday Night Live. And I know that the viewers and the Coco fam appreciate you too. Surfing Dodo, Kathy, hello. Kiva says hi. Good deal. Glad to hear it. I know Shabby Chicky has the cutest little grumbles. And RV Camper Marie, yes, it is windy today. I'm on this side of my RV. We did. I can't tell you what we did because I'm going to send it out as a quiz to my Coco Fam patrons and YouTube channel members and see if they can guess what we were doing. But we've been outside all afternoon, and that's one reason why you get this today. Susan Jack, hello. Sure do miss you. Happy to see you too. And she is in Albuquerque. So I love it when y'all share where you are and what you're up to. The clouds kind of worry me. If it starts raining, y'all will see me take a mad dash with my laptop and run inside, but it doesn't feel like it's going to rain, so we'll see. I think it looks a lot darker on the screen than it really is. So I know since we were last together, I know a lot of y'all have seen the videos, but y'all saw the video where I stuck the cactus in my forehead. I mean, it's how's the bat trees? Oh, batteries. I just was fixing to talk about Wizard of Oz and flying monkeys, and I saw surfing dodos say bat trees, and I'm like, okay, I've forgotten something because it's quite possible that I would. Um, has Jana eaten all the candy floss? Is that the candy, cotton candy? Is you mean? Are you mean? Is that what y'all call it in the UK, Sarah? Candy floss?
Candy floss?
Yeah, I guess that's cotton candy. Carmen is in Illinois. Lisa Hall, hello. That is too funny. That is too funny. So, just to remind any Coco fam members that are on here, we will have our annual camp together coming up later this month. And if anybody's interested in becoming a Coco fam member through Patreon, like Jana just said in the comments, you can do so for as little as $1 a month. And because that's just my platform where I can stay in touch with each other, with everybody and each other as a one-stop shopping. So Kathy is in the house. Kathy, I just want to say thank you for all of your ongoing support over the years. And she just sent Bandit some food money, and asked him if he would share with his mama and Mama Jana. And then also, Kathy, you stepped up again, and thank you for that, and love you too, and really appreciate you. I sent you a thank you, but I want to publicly thank you as well. You've been with me for many years, and I really appreciate it. Sarah says yes, they call it, instead of cotton candy in the UK, they call it candy floss. I just love that.
So weird.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, she probably thinks we're weird for calling it cotton candy. Jojo, hi, sweetheart. And also, let's see. I haven't seen him on here yet. Dennis, haven't seen him on here. Yes, since 2019, Kathy. So thank you again. Snowing in Idaho, 14 inches on the chicken house, and a cow moose running around the house. You mean like around the house inside? No, I know what you mean. You mean running around outside. That's got to be beautiful. Would love to see pictures of that. Anyway, right, since we were on here last FNL last week, that's when I stuck, because it was Monday, wasn't it, when we went to meet Pup Camper? Cheryl, what day was it we met you? I think it was after FNL last week. Anyway, stuck cactus on my head, and like my cousin Mike said, at least it was, I didn't get stuck on a cattle guard. Because if y'all haven't seen that video, go to my channel and Google "stuck on a cattle guard." Oh, Pup Camper says it was Friday, so it happened the day of FNL. Okay, all right, that makes sense. So you guys have already heard about that. And C Otter, first chance on live. Glad you're here. And yeah, Frugal is sitting next to me, but I'm on my laptop because I'm really frustrated with YouTube. I even talked to with customer service, and if you do it on your phone for right now, it has to be vertical, and I don't like that. I want y'all to be able to see behind me and everything. Susan Jack, yes, Jana, you can be a member on her YouTube channel. So go to Frugal RV Gal, and I want you to share that link, Jana, to your YouTube channel, please. Oh, she put up the cattle guard video link.
It was in my notes.
It was in your notes. So yes, I was out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, middle of nowhere, Texas, and on gosh, I think that was in 2019. I'm not sure, but I managed to get myself stuck on a cattle guard on Super Bowl Sunday, and two cowboys came along and helped me. And we were in touch for a couple of years, but we've kind of lost touch now. So Naj, good to see you. And Susan Jack, thank you for asking that about Jana and her channel. She's going to post that link. Yeah, so she's like, I don't want to, but yeah, she's
I
gonna.
don't know how.
You don't know how? Oh, I'll go. I can't go get it out.
Boondocking with Dennis.
Oh, Boondocking with Dennis. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Dennis. I really appreciate that, and thank you so much for the PayPal that you sent and telling us to do something fun. We did. We went to the movies, and I know a lot of you. I know. Hi, Patty. Good to see you, Patty. Suzanne, my other friend. I was just telling Suzanne that I have a friend named Patty that is at AGM, and so hopefully you two can meet if y'all want to. You both of you can text me and let me know, and I'll let you guys introduce yourselves while you're out there. No commitment, no pressure. Just if you want to, let me know. That'd be kind of cool. Um, and so I love you too, Patty. So we went and saw. I started to say Mystique. It's not Mystique. Um,
Wicked.
Wicked. And hi, Terry. Good to see you. And y'all, if you, I'm not going to say anything that is gonna ruin a spoiler alert on here. In my video, about three-fourths the way through, I tell you if you keep listening, it's going to be a spoiler alert. And then I pause and I put up a sign that says spoiler alert. And so if you know, I don't want to do spoiler alerts for anybody that is going to see the movie and wants to be surprised about things. And so I'm not going to do any spoiler alerts here on a live stream. But we went to see that movie, and afterwards our review was it was for us it was too long. And yes, Dennis, thank you, and thank you, Naj. Hi, Robin, good to see you. Um, so Susan Jack, she is posting the gonna post the link here in a minute, but
So what?
to your channel.
Okay, I think I just found it.
Okay, she thinks she just found it. It's not. YouTube doesn't make it easy, and my dog is
Well,
just
and they don't
completely
notify
wrapped
you.
up. Oh, that's another thing I want you guys to know. When we get new channel members on YouTube, Google, the biggest search engine in the world, doesn't bother to let us know. We have to go in there periodically and see if we have new members. It's just so frustrating. It's like, come on, guys, get your act together. Hi, Jeff, Gypsy Minstrels. Yes, it is a breezy day. Squirrel. Oh, I was talking about Wicked. So we gave our honest review and shared some things about the movie, and I have to tell you that movie has stuck with me. So that is a sign of a good movie, right? If you're thinking about it days later. And so that's a sign of a good movie. For us, it was just too long. And you have to remember that it may be because we were on the tail end of a very busy schedule. We drove an hour and 45 minutes one way to see the movie. And so all of that may have been a factor. It is ranked number one at the box office for musicals of all time. I think it was something like y'all can Google it and see, but it's like Bandit, I can't come help you. Mama Jana. Hey, I wish I could show him to you guys.
Are you wrapped around the table time?
He's wrapped around the table legs, like 2 on this one and 3 on this one, and trying to pull. And no, Pup Camper, I don't want people thinking that the membership option has been a pain. Nobody else has had any issues with it, and I know you did, but I'm sorry you did. Nobody else that I know of has had any issues with being a member. So I don't want you guys thinking that the membership on y'all's end is a pain. Pup Camper has had some issues and she's getting it worked out. And we don't know what happened with her, but and I hate that, but nobody else, as far as I know, has had an issue. And so you guys, please be sure and check out Jana's channel, and we both have channel memberships, but you guys be sure and jump over there and become a member on Jana's channel. She does lots of perks and stuff, and it's quite fun. Arthur Leslie is in the house. Haven't seen you in a long time, but and it's good to see you. So what I wanted to say about Wicked is we both like musicals. Jana, as I said in the video, is not a movie buff and not a movie person, but she was willing to do that for me because I missed out on seeing it with Pup Camper in January. And so we went and we did that. And it was just too long. There were parts of it that were great, but in between it was a little long and got a little boring. And I was thinking we can go do something else a little more fun. And I was about to ask her if she wanted to leave when it picked up, and so it is one of those things that we love musicals, so it wasn't that. But here is what has stuck with me days later, you guys, is all the subtext in that and the subplots in that movie. Oh my gosh, my head is still figuring something out, and I'll go, oh, that's what they were doing, or that is how that was tied into Oz, or I bet this meant that, and I'll go look it up, and sure enough, I mean, so from an author's perspective, how brilliant was the author that created this storyline? And from what I understand, many people that I know have seen the play, both here in the States and abroad, and loved the play for the theater perspective. People that read the book love the book. People that watch the movie, like I said, you can Google it and see how many have seen it to date. I think as of January, well, I don't want to quote it because I can't remember. I looked it up yesterday, and I meant to tell you guys, but I can't look it up now. Oh, yes, I can. Hold on. I'll go to, hold on. I'll just do this. How many people have seen the movie at the theater, Wicked, to date? We'll see what it comes back with. So, 65 million people. So Jana and I are two. 2 out of 65 million. So take that for what it's worth. And it has grossed over 6 billion worldwide. So, and it is the second, now they're saying it's the second highest grossing musical on Broadway, but the number one grossing musical at the theaters. Y'all, 2 out of 65 million. So y'all take our review for what it's worth, which is not much as far as $1.6 billion. Hi, Judy Stewart. Good evening. Robin Mallory, no issues. And maybe we'll have the man popping up on his organ for the interval at the boring bit. I didn't do whatever I did. What did I do? I did thumbs up there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So when I do, let it come back. When I do just a regular thumbs up, it does. Oh, it did just a thumbs up. So what did I do that it? Oh, the piece. Is that balloons? Yes, I did. But I was saying 2 people out of 65 million that have seen it. So that's another thing. I remember when I saw King Kong back in the day. It had an intermission at the theater. What was it that you said you went and saw? Gone with the Wind had an intermission from the theater. And again, sorry about the wind, you guys. Gone with the Wind. But anyway, the subplot in that thing is just crazy. The things that guy tied into Wizard of Oz and made up and just, oh my God, I wish I had a brain like that. And Cheryl's asking you if there's a way to post the link to my Patreon. I guess somebody asked her for it. So thank you, Cheryl. See what I mean about having the best mods. And so kinema. Yeah, they call it kinema there, I guess. Arthur says he'll wait for the DVD. I'll be honest with you. I think if I had streamed it or watched it at home, I definitely would have turned it off when I got bored. Not that but I have to tell you, I recommend that you don't. And this was part one, because I'm already finding myself wondering, well, what do they do with this in part two? Do they tie this up in part two? And, are they going to come back and address this in part two? So there you go. I take that for what it's worth. So, be on the road. Bonnie, we can help you with that. If you're still in the Courtside area, we can meet up with you and would love to see you, and we can help you with that. I wish we'd have done that when we ran into you. She's saying that she can't figure out how to do Patreon or YouTube member with her YouTube name. YouTube ought to be just automatic. That's the name it's going to give you, whatever your YouTube name is. If you any channel that you go to, if you want to be a member of that channel, it is going to make you be your YouTube name. You won't have a choice. But we can help with that. And anybody that's having any issues, it's like I told Pup Camper, please let me know. You can email me. You can contact me through my website. There's a contact form on my website, debradickinson.com. And let me know if you're having issues. We'll be glad to help. CC My Life. Hi, darling. Mwah. She says as a kid, she had nightmares about those damn flying monkeys. Oh, man. I don't want to give anything away, but in Wicked, they explain how the monkeys became flying monkeys. And it's just like, oh, my God. It makes them more, not, they're still terrifying to look at, and they're mean, but it takes it and explains more of why they're like they are. And so that's what I'm talking about Wicked being brilliant as far as the guy that the author that wrote it. Brenda, I didn't say we enjoyed it. I said we're 2 of 65 million that probably wouldn't have paid so much to go see it. It's cinema in the UK, but the Kinema in the Woods is the name of the cinema at Woodhall Spa. Okay, Sarah, that's just so awesome. And yeah, Barb says she still wouldn't want to be anywhere else other than this beautiful desert that we get to enjoy for the winter. CC My Life. I just love that. Yeah, it to me, Wizard of Oz was terrifying when I saw it as a little girl, but I didn't have the best childhood anyway. And then you go to send me into a place that's scary, and yeah, it was it was terrifying for me. So at the movies, I wore my earplugs and I had my headset with me if I needed them. I don't know how anybody goes to the movies anymore without having some sort of cover over your ears. It's so loud. I could feel it in the seat. And it wasn't those kind of seats like there's a theater in Dallas that you go to and the seats will move. That was fun to go see Star Wars on because you were flying with them and everything. And the seat will rumble, but that wasn't this. This was just from the noise, the speakers and the sounds. And yeah, I like classic movies too. There is no way anybody is going to know this, but I'll just throw this out as fun. Anybody want to guess what my favorite classic black and white movie is? We'll see how many classic movie buffs we have on here. And in the meantime, I'm going to jump into the title, which says Too Busy or Enjoying Life. And that's a question mark. So Too Busy or Enjoying Life. So I am not a It's a Wonderful Life. That was Casablanca. Good guesses. I love those, but no. Brenda, that would be great to meet you. And good luck on your goals of becoming a nomad. No more Ohio winters for me, young Frankenstein. That's Janice, and I'm not sure that qualifies as a classic. Maybe. Oh, I'm going to pay for that one, aren't I? Kathy, good guess on Gone with the Wind. No, not Lord of the Flies, CC. Lisa says she hasn't been to a theater since Liar Liar. Now that was a good one. I cannot tell a lie. That was good. Little Women. I didn't know that that was on the big screen. Ed Wood. I don't know what that is. Oh, the African Queen. Good guess. Cece's laughing. Good guess, Jeff. Love that movie. Oh, and when he gets stuck with the leech or the leeches or whatever it is, and she's having to pull them off of her. I mean, she's having to pull them off of him. What's the matter with baby Jane? Yeah, no, Virginia, nor is it the exorcist or anyway, you guys are too funny. What hump? Yeah, that was in there in the movie that Loretta was talking about earlier. What is it? Young Frankenstein. What up? Oh, and A Fair to Remember, good one. But you know what? That is one of the few that were remade that I liked, the original and the remake. Birds with Alfred Hitchcock. I got to tell y'all. So y'all know I used to teach Princess Bride, and y'all are going now. Y'all are going to make me want to go watch movies. Princess Bride was a good one. As You Wish. As You Wish. Birds with Alfred Hitchcock. So I used to teach junior high. And so not my students, but maybe relatives and everything, when kids were around the junior high age, because I knew junior high students so well. They think they're all that, but they don't have their legs underneath them yet, just that beautiful age. So I any of my relatives or my friends' kids or anything, when they got to be that age, I would show them birds, and they would be like, "Oh my God, Aunt Deborah, this is such a stupid movie. We're not going to be scared. This, and by the end of the movie, they're all like under their covers, and it's great. Rear Window. Ooh, that's another good one. Anyway, so Philadelphia. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So because yeah, y'all are just to put the candle back. Yes, okay. Y'all are doing some. I did say black and white. Didn't I? I thought I meant to.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Uh, are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. Another one, Vertigo. Oh my God, that was a one that was scary when I was little. Yes, it does make you look at a big flock of crows, doesn't it? Differently, doesn't it, Lori? Rear Window was so good. Yes, Philadelphia Story, CC, all of those. And so here it is. His Girl Friday, you're getting closer. North by Northwest, you're getting closer. My favorite all-time movie is the original Sabrina with Audrey Hepburn, Humphrey Bogart, and William Holden. Oh my God. I think I know every line in that movie. I don't know if it's the age when I saw it or just, I mean, and who can't love those actors and her and Audrey Hepburn? Just, I have the DVD, and I could watch that movie just over and over. I love it so much. Dr. Zhivago. Yes. Dr. Zhivago couldn't see reading anything that thick. I get that. So Dr. Zhivago had Cindy and Mike. They're my cousins. Y'all will appreciate this. Dr. Zhivago, who was the actor in that? I can picture him. Can't say his name. I can't come up with his name, but everybody told me my father looked like him. Victor Mature. That, I think that's who's in that movie. Everybody would tell me that my father looked just like Victor Mature. So yeah, I love Audrey Hepburn. Anything Audrey Hepburn's in. But that Omar Sharif, yes, not Victor Mature, Omar Sharif. But I did have people telling me Victor Mature also for my dad. Sound of Music is good. Oh my God, I'm just going to sit on here. I feel like I'm having a girls' night out with all of my friends and guys and girls. This is awesomeness. Yes, my father looked like Omar Sharif and kind of Victor Mature is what I was told growing up. So I love any movies that they're in. I'm like, oh, that's what my dad looked like. Because if y'all have to read my book to know what happened to my father. But anyway, so Too Busy or Enjoying Life. I just want to say I'm not a proponent of staying so busy that you can't enjoy life. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. That's another good one. And yes, Brenda's. I agree. They were both handsome. My father was too, just amazingly so. But at what at what point are you so busy that you're not enjoying life? And can you be busy and still enjoy life? I think so, because Jana and I, as you know, we have been very, very busy, but we also take time to enjoy and stop and smell the roses and enjoy life. I don't know if y'all can hear the hummingbird or not. I gave him new food and he's out there just chirping away. He's so happy. I know Mel says it looks like we rented out the old theater. Was anybody else there? It's the last week for it to be showing at that theater, and that's it quit showing everywhere else. That's why we had to drive for an hour and 45 minutes one way. And there was only 3 other people in the theater. Green Mile was good, Sarah. Fantastic acting, and what a tragedy on what happened to the lead actor in that movie. But not in that movie, but in real life. But yeah.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Just the man himself, not the act. I mean, not in the movie, but yeah, it was talking about life imitating art, or there you go. But yeah, thanks everybody for the thumbs up, Kathy. I appreciate you saying that. But I just wanted to say that you can be so busy that you lose track of the things that are important. And there are days, I mean, sometimes I don't have time to do the things I want to do. I think, oh my God, I am too busy. But I shared on my video about my batteries. At the end of that video, I shared, I'm also having to work. I'm not any different than the seniors that have retired and have to take a job at Walmart or a grocery store, or whatever they can get people to hire a senior for. And I'm limited on jobs that I can get because of my brain injury. I can't do a cash register. I wouldn't even be able to be a hostess at a restaurant. Not that any restaurant wants somebody that's rounded the corner to 70 to be their hostess. They want these waifs that, are chipper and cheery, and I get that. But I couldn't even be a hostess because you have to track the tables that are being seated and that have been sat, and which waiter and waitresses are up next, and and you have side duties as a host or hostess, and so I wouldn't even be able to do that, and so I'm limited on what I can do. And like today, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Like today, I was in my couch bed working, and I meant to come outside and do the chore that we had to do, and I wish I could tell y'all, but I really want my Coco Fam members and channel members to have the opportunity to guess from a picture I'm going to post tomorrow what it was we were doing this afternoon. But so I can't say it tonight. But I had meant to come outside and get started on that. But I thought 10:30, and I was up early. It's not like I slept in, and propped up in my couch bed and drank my coffee and worked all morning. And what I thought I should have been able to finish by 10 or 10:30. Oh, there go. I'm sorry. It keeps thinking that I'm doing peace sign, but that's okay. Let me do hearts. Will it do a heart? Oh, it does. How cool is that? Let me do it down here. I love that. Anyway, I didn't finish it by 10:30. It was 1:30. And so nobody is going to, no boss is going to keep somebody on when they give you a task and they think that you should be finished by 10 or 10:30, and it takes you several hours longer. So I am busy all the time, but a lot of it has to do with my next topic, the aging topic, and not to mention my brain injury. And I'm very blessed that I can have my 3 I really have 3 revenue streams. I have my books that I write and the revenue from that. I have YouTube and the revenue from that. And I'll just tell you right now, it's averaging at about 150 a month. There are channels that make thousands. I am not one of them. And Jana and I figured up that on the hours that I spend a day on my YouTube channel, I make about $1.50 a day. And that's okay, because that 150, and sometimes it'll spike a little more, but that 150 average that I make is $150 I wouldn't have that month otherwise. And so I make more when my books sell, like at Tyson Wells or something, but in between shows, I don't have that many online book sales yet. I will. I just maintain that I will one day. And I love to write. So I'm going to keep that up. So I've got writing and I've got YouTube, and then I have my Coco fam, my patrons and my channel members, and it all kind of feeds together, and that's a job that I can do. And so I do it, and it's up to me to find ways to still enjoy life with all of that busyness. And sometimes I get overwhelmed and it's not so easy. And I know everybody on here, everybody that's hearing my voice on this live stream, whether you're with me live right now or you're watching it later, we all struggle with finding that balance. Even if you're retired and not working anymore, you've got errands to do, you've got family to take care of, you've got chores to do around the house, you've got things that you want to do, you know, you got health that you've got to balance. I mean, we all have to do that balance. And I think the trick is to keep enjoying life in there somehow. That's it for me. And coming January is always a shit show. I'm not gonna lie. January is always a shit show. I just have to buckle down and get through January, enjoy every moment and the people that I get to meet and the book sales that I do. And this year I spoke at the RTR, and you know, and then I also have a mini meetup usually somewhere in there, and then I have QIA all winter. And but January is usually just, as far as scheduling, just something that I have to barrel through and remember to enjoy what's in front of me, which is usually beautiful people that I'm getting to meet and interact with. In all of that, setting my brain injury aside and not addressing that. First of all, I'm seeing some comments I want to catch up on. Richard Albert says, glad the hummingbirds are loving the feeders. Yes, Richard sent me 2 beautiful hummingbird feeders, and the hummingbirds, I do love them absolutely so much. Yes, Green Mile was by Stephen King, as was the Stand. Let's see what else. Melanie says Young Frankenstein is definitely a classic, like Princess Bride. Yes, but not black and white. So it, yeah, I know, Jeff. People don't understand. I think that it's difficult for younger generations to understand when those of us that have rounded the corner towards 70. I don't have kids, so I can't say grandparents or kids, but that, you know, they're like, what have you got to do but sit around? And it's like, I ain't sitting around. And Jeff is showing that he's not sitting around. I mean, none of us that I know, nobody I know my age and otherwise are just sitting around. We're all very active, and I'm so proud of us for that. Cheryl, you did work, Cheryl. You have been every summer going to Tennessee and working. Work camping is work, and look at you doing that. And I know it doesn't feel like work because it's something you enjoy, and it's outdoors, and it's part of camping and this lifestyle, but it is work. And Cheryl is another one that I'm just so proud of, that you know, just hitting the pavement running. And Bonnie, please forgive me for laughing. She's asking me if I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. I didn't know it was on. And I wouldn't be able to tell you, okay, this Sunday, and I wouldn't be able to tell you who's playing. When I was growing up, I used to go to as many Dallas Cowboy games in person as I could, because I lived in the Dallas, well, sometimes we lived in the Dallas area. And then as a young adult, I lived in the Dallas area off and on. And I used to go to the Cowboy games when they played at the Cotton Bowl. And then Texas Stadium was built, and I went there, and now it's the I don't even know what it's named now. And, you know, everything has changed. But I used to go, and I was a big fan. I've been a big fan of football since Roger Staubach and Joe Namath played, and even before that, Dandy Don Meredith, and so, but not anymore. I couldn't even tell you the teams, and the teams have changed names. Some of them have since I used to watch football. So I'm sorry, no, I will not be watching the Super Bowl. But I really am glad that for the people that are going to, and I hope you have a big party and lots of fun. Hi, Spirit Junkie. Glad you're enjoying the view. I turned around so you guys could see that. Hey, Untethered Nomad. Good to see you. Always. Greg, and is it windy down there where you are? And Kathy says her Philly Eagles in it to win it. See what you started, Bonnie? That's right, Pup Camper. You turned 75 last month, and you're not sitting around. And I just love that. Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, good deal, Kathy. Go Lakers. Is that a football? That's a basketball game, isn't it? Lakers. See, I'm sorry. I used to know. I just don't anymore. Actually, I haven't had a TV since my brain injury, so I just don't. Hey, Connie, good to see you, Connie. Y'all, you guys give Connie a huge shout out. My beautiful booth this year was in part because Connie gave me that beautiful canopy that you guys saw every day at my booth, and the walls. Connie, it was so nice this year. I tell you, thank you so much. All right, so I think I caught up on that. So fear of aging. I had meant to, and I didn't. I did, she has $5, but on Santa Barbara, I don't even know. Super Bowl. Okay. Oh my God. Fear of aging. I'm going to tie that into what I was talking about. I had meant to show y'all a clip. How many of y'all know Patty and oh gosh. I love this computer. We call them a phone, but they're not really a phone. What was the name of the dancing couple on BGT? Patty, Nico?
Rob's
Hi, Travels with Dottie. Good to see you, my darling. Thank you for my batteries and for my shunt and all of that. Patty Jones and Nico. It was 2014, and so I think she was like 80. Oh gosh. Okay, we'll do this again. How old was Patty Jones when she first performed on BGT? 79. Okay, so
BGT.
BGT is Britain's Got Talent. And Patty and Nico, and oh gosh, I've got, for those of you that might not have seen this, I've got to show you a little bit of it. I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm a little bit of a rebel that way. Let's see. Let me do it this way.
Don't let it copyright.
Well, I'm going to play just a little bit. Pat, she's telling me don't do it. Okay. Patty and Nico on BGT. All right. That's the older one. This one. Oh, let me turn it down. So I'm going to get to a point in this. How many of y'all have seen them, by the way? Before I even do this, how many of you have seen them? So when they first started out, they are going so slow, and everybody thinks that they're going to do this geriatric dance. And then Simon, and if y'all don't know BGT or AGT or any of the things I'm talking about, this might not make any sense, but I am going to tie it into my title, I promise. Anyway, so they're going so slow that Simon hits his red buzzer. He buzzes them off. If you get 3 red buzzes, they pull you off stage. And he gave them a red, he hit his red buzzer, and another one was fixing to hit their buzzer, and then they would have only had one more. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, y'all remember my phone's acting up? Of course, here it goes, acting up. And then all of a sudden, they start doing this crazy stuff. She's 79 years old. Can y'all see that? And then watch. Yeah, Patty and Nico. And then they just keep dancing. It was like a 5. Look at that. She's 79 and hanging on to his neck, and then twirling and dancing, and just beautiful. And so that's all that I'm going to show. You get the idea. So 79 and dancing like that. But here's the thing, CC and others. She was awesome. She had only gone back to the studio to start dancing again 6 years before that. She had raised her kids and a couple of grandkids, and her husband had died, and she felt like she was sitting around just getting unhealthy, and one of her grandkids asked her, Nan, what have you always wanted to do? And she goes, well, I was a dancer before I met your grandfather. And Pup Camper's mom is 98 and still lives by herself and is amazing. And I know that a lot of people aren't blessed with that kind of health, but this lady's story, Patty, and her granddaughter says, well, then, Nan, go dance. And yes, you do make some good telly, Sarah. And so she pulled her family together, and she has a family meeting, and she asked them if any of them would mind if she went back to dancing. And she said her favorite type dancing was salsa dancing. And then she asked them, do you think, she asked if they thought her husband would mind, and they said, I think he'll send you blessings down from heaven. Go for it, Nan. So in 6 years, she went from not having danced in 60 years to that. So yes, she was a dancer, but she had not danced in 60 years, and pulled that off. And so I recommend you go watch her, and there's some others on BGT and AGT that when I am thinking I just can't keep doing this because I've rounded the corner to 70 and I'm tired, and my brain can't keep up, and I'll go watch people like that. And because there is a fear of aging, and rightfully so. I mean, here's the other thing. So taxes are coming due, right? And Jenna's been helping me, and we're going to be meeting with my bookkeeper soon to do my taxes, because I can't do any of that anymore. All I had to do was go get my 1099s that are now online. I don't know about y'all, but it used to be a real. Are y'all from the age when you used to have to mail and notarize and all of this to get your 1099s, and now you can just go log on and with some proof get them online, download them, give them to your bookkeeper, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. And that was my job this week. And each one of those, I only had 4. I've already shared with you my income streams. And that was my job this week, to get those 4 1099s. That is something that in my youth and prior to my brain injury would have taken me 10, maybe 15 minutes max each one to get. So I should have been able to get all of them within an hour, max, if not 30 minutes. And you guys, it took me 3 days of 2 or 3 hours. So it took me about 10, I'm going to say 9-10 hours average to get those 4 1099s online. Crying, gnashing of teeth, bawling, actually, because it's painful because of my brain injury to realize what I can no longer do. And it's also aging. I'm slower at everything. And there are some things I'm like, is this age related or brain injury related that is messing me up? Well, today, I don't know if y'all saw the post for the Friday Night Live tonight on Facebook. I put a post on YouTube, and I put a post on Facebook to let everybody know the link and everything. And I couldn't, when I went to Facebook to do it. This is something I do. This is what I do. It's one of my revenue streams. This is what I do all the time. And today I went to Facebook and I couldn't remember how to make a post. That's what I do. I should be able to do that in my sleep. And I struggled with that for, I didn't time it. I'm pretty good about when I'm struggling. I will look at the clock and write down the time because it's important for me to track such things. So if I have to meet with a doctor, I can say, it took me 45 minutes or whatever. But I'm guessing it took me 15 to 20 minutes to remember what buttons to hit to make a damn Facebook post. That was probably brain injury related. And because I've got so much going on, not like Patty at 79, and she later came back on BGT at 84, and they danced again in the All-Stars competition. I'm not cranking it out like Patty or somebody like that I just showed you dancing, but I've been cranking it out, and I've been so proud. And then there's moments when I can't even figure out how to make a stupid post. And it can be overwhelming, and it can paralyze me with fear sometimes. And it's not the same as just brain burps. It is when you know that it's not working. It's different than when you just have a brain burp and it's like, what did I walk into this room for or something? It's like, it isn't working. And am I, for that interim period of time, this time it wasn't that long, am I going to be able to figure this out? Or, am I done? Those moments are terrifying. And we all have the different things that that we're facing. I look at the list of everybody that's on here tonight and everybody that's leaving me comments, and I know some of your stories. I know some of what you're dealing with, and we all have stuff that we are facing. And some of you are my age or older, and even some that are younger, and that age thing is creeping in. I never used to have knee troubles, and we're not going to get into bitching and moaning tonight. That's not what this is about. But I never used to have knee trouble. So it's like I've heard it from people later in life all the time that their mind is still ready to go. It's just that the other parts maybe not so willing. And so how much time do we? That's my next thing in my title. How much time do we take to keep a way of life that we want? So far, when I have butt time and I sit down and write, that still flows for me. And I'm going to knock on wood because I'm so blessed by that. But at what point do you go, that should have taken me 5 minutes, not 5 hours. Maybe I need to do something differently. At what point do you make that decision? And so what if it took you 5 hours? If you have nowhere else to be but like this, or in your home, or whatever it is you do in your time and space, who cares if it took 5 hours? It's am I making any sense? I'm going to shut up for a moment and just, do y'all even know what I'm talking about? I feel like maybe I'm talking and y'all are going, oh no, the words that are coming out of her mouth. Thank you, Terry. Terry says talking about it helps us all to feel less alone in it all. That's good. That's good. Oh, that's good, Sarah. I just read your comment. So while I'm waiting on y'all to comment on what I've shared so far, Robin says, we get it and are right there with you. Thank you, Robin. Naj says, I understand. Jeff says, gotcha. bits have started dropping off. He had a wicked sense of humor talking about wicked. Susan says, real talk for everyone. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Susan. Lori says she's right there with me. And says, Kathy says it's taking her 3 years to convert her bus. So thank y'all for letting me know that you do understand. And I'll share one more thing with you. The tax season, it's all also relative. We can go get new ones, right, Pup Camper? For those of us that are blessed with insurance, there are those in this country, and I'm sure worldwide, that's not true. That good health care is not an option, but I'm really glad for those of us that it is. So thank y'all, BJ and Suzanne. Thank y'all for sharing. So it's all relative, right? I'm talking about how it took me 9 or 10 hours to get these 4 1099s that should have taken 30 minutes to an hour. However, I'm still able to do that. And here's the thing: the last time I was telling a dear friend that the last time I did my taxes, which was way before I got on the road. I mean, y'all know I have a trustee now, and Cece says time spares no one. That's true, Cece. It catches up with us eventually, no matter what. But the last time I did my taxes on my own, and you guys have to understand that in my career, I shuffled millions of dollars around on the budget, and I reported directly to the commissioner, and was responsible for a big budget and departments and money, funds, and numbers never used to be a problem. But the last time that I did my taxes on my own, I I evidently put some expenses as income, some income as expenses. And I had it so messed up that when my trustee and I went in for the audit, 'cause of course they audited, but when my trustee and I went in for the audit, they're like, the guy was like, we're not coming after you. We're here to work something out with you, but you absolutely do not need to do your taxes yourself again. It was so bad we knew something was wrong. so, so I can look at taking that time that it took for me to get the 1099s this year, and I can wail and moan, and I dip into that, and I'm like, God, what is wrong with me? And oh my God, I used to. Or I can look at that and I can go, I am so grateful that I can still do that, because there's so many that can't. And I think I just want to encourage everybody that find your own balance, but don't give up. And on the things that you can do, focus on that and celebrate that, and know that I'm not just being Pollyanna and saying that. I'm having to do that on a daily basis, especially right now. Of oh my God, I have so much more to do, or I should have been able to do this. I have a T-shirt that says "Don't should yourself," and I mean that, and we just do it. I want to back up and look at some comments. Sarah says she's stealing something from Melanie. She got, giving their organ recital. That's funny. Yeah, things magically disappearing or showing up where they shouldn't, and then you go, "Oh my God!" Because my sister has Alzheimer's, and I talked to her today, and she didn't remember. Not only did she not remember what she had for lunch, she couldn't remember the young lady's name that was there that had served her, and it was her great granddaughter. So when you start doing things like that, for that moment, you go, "Oh my God, how far down the yellow brick road?" See what I did there? How far down the yellow brick road am I going to go? And so you just you can't focus on that. You can't keep thinking that way. You can't keep letting that tape play in your head. You have to look at what is good and what you were able to do, and hold on to that. And I'm speaking for myself, and maybe I should just speak for myself and say you shouldn't do that. You can waller in whatever shit you want to waller in, but I choose to look at what I can do and try to not stay in fear and you know, all kinds of things that come up for me, and it can get scary, and I encourage you to reach out to someone that you can trust, that's not going to poo poo it, or that's not going to tell you just buckle up and get it done and forget it. And don't, you know, I encourage you to reach out to somebody that about your fears and about what's going on, and be transparent about it, but do that with somebody that you can trust, that's going to make you feel better, not worse, because we got enough of those people in our lives too. And you know, that keep on keeping on no matter what, one day at a time. Doreen says they're taking it one day at a time. Doreen, I was thinking of you and Steve. That, yes, find your balance and don't give up. I mean, whatever that means for you. And just everything, for those of you that follow me, everything is changing. My age is changing. My cognitive abilities are changing. My physical health is changing. And I won't always talk about that. It's not always going to be a Debbie Downer on my channel, but it's also a big part of my life right now that is hard to look at and tell myself I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be like Patty and be on BGT at 80. No, I'm just kidding. I have no desire to do that, but I do still hope I'm publishing books, and you know, 20 years from now, why not? I mean, I know that everybody's health doesn't allow some dreams, but if it does, and you can, and what if my writing slows down and I can only crank out one book a year, kind of like I did last year, instead of the 3 or 4 that I was doing? So what? So what? I cranked out a book, and that might have to be enough. And I'm trying to find that balance and what works for me. And it's not about, I hear you, Carmen, but it's not about pressure. This isn't about pressure of I need, I should, and all of that. It's about being real, being authentic, being transparent, being in connection with myself and the people around me. If you shut all of that down and you don't look at it, you don't address it, you just buckle up and move on, it catches up with you. It comes out somehow, my personal belief. And so while you don't have to beat a dead horse, I think you do need to own it, and honor it, and just keep living life. And uh so uh yeah, Robin. When you share that, I'm always, my heart goes out to you. And you were talking to Sarah about her being lucky, and I didn't get to see what that was about. But so many of us, so there are so many of us that have some blessings that somebody else doesn't have, but that person has blessings that you don't have. And don't do the comparison thing of because I do that to myself too. And a book a year seems to be great to most of us who can't write a book in a lifetime. Thank you for that, Jeff. And that's what I was just saying. We all have something that we can do, and find it and do it, and do it with gusto, and don't just lay down. Do what Patty did. Go build a new life. Do something you've always wanted to do. And yes, Terry, I think you have to mourn and honor the things you've lost, and then find other ways to do things. And Robin, the other Robin, says she lost her husband at 59. We all have stories. And I want to close with talking about mandatory slowness. I think if you do the busyness, what I call just being busy to be busy, to not have to face life, or to not slow down and listen to that still small voice. If you're running from something, and you're being busy to get away from maybe facing something you need to personally grow on, or fear, or pain, or even anger. If you're doing a busy, 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 busy life. I'm just cracking up looking at myself. If you're if you're doing just busyness to be busy because you can't stand to sit still, that's different. If you're doing that kind of busyness, I think your body will take over and give you a mandatory slowdown. You're going to have a heart attack. You're going to, and I'm not saying that all heart attacks are because somebody did it to themselves. I am not saying that, but I am telling you that your body will take over and slow you down one way or the other. You just can't um, be a busy person that is truncating something. I believe I've seen it too many times with too many people. That doesn't work. You will get a mandatory slowness, not whatever, however it comes out physically, somehow. And so the other mandatory slowness is like I've been talking about age, or maybe you've already had that illness like my brain injury or a heart attack or some other cognitive decline. There's so many of us that have so many things in our lives that have us slowed down, and it's a mandatory slowness that we might not have signed up for. And so that in and of itself is what I call finding a new norm. That it might, what, 10 hours to find 4 1099s online is not a new norm that I would have said, pick me, I want to sign up for that. Um, but it is a new norm that I can adjust to, and I can learn to appreciate that I can at least still do that. And I get to do it in my couch bed with a view like that. I mean, how blessed am I for that? Now, did I sit there and cry because it was so hard to do and because I couldn't think? And then at the end of my work day, which like I said was around 1, and then I quit at 1:30, to not be able to remember how to do a Facebook post. Did I shed tears today? Of course I did. That is a mandatory slowness in and of itself that I didn't sign up for and that I wouldn't have picked. But it is what it is. And I don't mean that in a discounting way. I mean that in an acceptance way. I will keep doing what I can to keep my mind as healthy and as young as I can so that I can keep doing my revenue streams and keep writing. And that for me is as heroic as Patty going on BGT at 79 and 84. I think it was actually 79 and 84. And that is what I want to encourage you to do. Find the areas that are important to you and fight. Dog for your needs and don't give up. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and I'll do it if you will. Deal? Okay. I think that's it. I don't know how that landed with my wonderful viewers and my Coco Fam patrons and channel members, but I hope you felt the love behind it, and I hope you know that I am really struggling, but I refuse to give up. I just refuse to give up. So that's it. And again, thanks to all of my earth angels that are on here, whether you're with me now or you're watching this later. I just love you so much. And I'm looking at on my screen right now, and there's Pup Camper, there's Dennis, there's Richard, there's Loretta, there's Suzanne's Texas lady, Robin. I mean, so many of you that bless me in this life. How can I give up when I have so many on this journey with me? I love y'all so much, and I hope that y'all have a great week. I'll be putting out some videos. We'll see you next Friday on the Friday Night Live. Vicky Van Gogh, I love you. Didn't know you were here. I love you. And another Earth Angel, so many of you. All right, y'all keep on keeping on. I'll see you down the road. Love you all. Bye-bye.